So keep in mind, this is full interior. Every piece of interior is in the car. It may not be where it's supposed to be, but it's all here. Total weight ended up being 20. Alright boys, today our beloved $900 Integra is going on a diet. Essentially, if it's not going to help the car go faster in the quarter-mile track, it is gone. There was a lot of effort that went into this video, so I'm actually coming in post to fix the boring ass intro that I originally had planned, but I'm here in the future now trying to fix that so you guys have a more enjoyable experience. Yeah, this is a good one, guys. I really do like this one. I hope you guys do too, and show your appreciation for the channel. Leave a like on the video and subscribe if you don't want to miss more. And enough talking, let's get to it. We kind of got ahead of ourselves. Here's everything we already took out in the process of cleaning the car, but I'm actually going to go ahead and throw all this stuff back in just so that when we go and hit the cat scales, we're going to have essentially full interior Integra RS. So the nearest cat scale is pretty far, so that'll give us plenty of time to talk about what the Integra RS is and why I'm doing this. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. This car is quite loud on the inside, especially considering the interior is not where it's supposed to be. So to give a quick rundown of the 3rd gen Integra, which is what we're driving today, there are 5 models of it, starting from the base, going to the highest performing trim. We've got the base model, which is the RS, which is what we're currently driving. We've got the LS, the GS, the GSR, and then the Type R. Now, out of all 5 models, the RS is the lightest. Now, it's not that much lighter than an Integra Type R, according to Google. So today, we're just gonna widen the berth and make this thing as light as we possibly can. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm a little nervous taking this car onto the highway. Unfortunately, the nearest truck stop with a scale on it is about an hour-ish away one way, so we're gonna have to hit the highway with this thing, and this will be my first time. We gotta do it for the YouTube. Now, a few reasons why the RS specifically is the lightest of the bunch. There's a few reasons. Other than the Type R, it's the only one that doesn't come with a sunroof. Number 2, doesn't have ABS from the factory. 3 is it could be optioned without AC, and I believe without power steering. Leave a comment down below, guys. How much do you think this car is gonna weigh? I'm curious. I'm gonna say it's gonna weigh about 2,750 pounds. That's on the heavier end. Now, normally from the factory, these cars weigh about, according to Google, about 2,500-ish pounds, just under 2,600 pounds. I'm not doing all of this for no reason. The goal with this car is to hit 12s in the quarter mile, and that is going to be a stretch. I don't plan on doing all of this stuff to ruin the car and keep it stock. I almost have everything that we need to have this car making some good power. We're gonna take it easy on this B20 for now. We're gonna try and push to about 300 wheel horsepower. More on that is gonna come later in future videos, so subscribe to not miss that. guys, we made it to our first destination at this Love's travel stop. Car did pretty good. The tires definitely need to be balanced, but went ahead and parked next to this sweet Accord wagon that you don't see every day. Right now I'm gonna go inside and not eat at Subway, but ask them if I'm even allowed to put this turd onto the scale. Don't want to get in the way of any truckers because, you know, they're just trying to do their job. Dang, y'all, this Love's is popping. It even got an S2K over there.
Come on inside, please. From proper parking.
Thank you. All right, guys, let's go see how much this fat pig of a car weighs. Guys, I was way off. In fact, I was a solid I was exactly 200 pounds off. So keep in mind, this is full interior. Every piece of interior is in the car. It may not be where it's supposed to be, but it's all here. And not only that, there's a subwoofer back there, and I've got some tools in here. And the total weight ended up being 2,520 pounds. That is insane. 2,520 pounds. Bonkers. This car is gonna be a rocket. Like, I knew the car would be light. I didn't think it would be that light. Now, keep in mind, I think that's with meat, not in it. So now let's head back home and go ahead and start removing everything. Here's all the wiring that we're just removed, with more to go. Check it out, guys. If I had to guess, everything on this table together probably weighed a solid 40 pounds or so all together. That's not the meat and potatoes of it all. Spare tires removed. Here's all of the interior as well. Basically the entire interior minus the headliner. So I decided against doing the full headliner. You can see it's just barely in there. I mean, we've got a mirror and a center light, that's it. But the reasoning behind leaving it there is because I'm not sure of the drag strip rules. I know for street car to compete and all that stuff, you're gonna need to keep the, at least from the B pillars forward, the interior needs to be installed, which means worst case scenario we're gonna have to install a carpet, which that's not gonna be too bad anyway. The headliner, I didn't want to remove it just in case, because it's old and I don't want to damage it, because it'd be pretty much impossible to find and we would have to repair it some janky way. But yeah, we got no carpets. The only thing that we're going to be reinstalling today is the seats so that we can at least drive the thing. And yeah, that's it. When we come back to finish this up, we're going to be deleting power steering and AC, neither of which are currently functioning anyway, but that's going to be another all-day event. Now do keep in mind, we're going to be keeping the entire stock exhaust for now until it comes time to start installing the turbo stuff. Otherwise I would be ripping the entire basically header back, exhaust out. That right there is probably going to save a solid 50 pounds. I do plan on doing a hood dump exhaust for when we turbo. This car will pretty much never be driven on the street, and if it is, it's going to be for some nights in Mexico. So anyways, I will catch you guys tomorrow when we start deleting the AC and power steering. Unfortunately, guys, there isn't really a way to do this without making a terrible mess. There we go. There's the reservoir. Now comes time for the real mess maker. There we go. So it does look like the bumper is going to need to come off. All right, to get the hard line out of the engine bay, you can see they go way down in there. I'm gonna have to get the front bumper off. All of that just to get this one whomp, just one bolt right there. Guys, the power steering was leaking so bad that this came off of one of the serpentine belts. That's insane. So there was actually 2 bolts under the bumper that we needed to access that guy right there. Good Lord. Got most of the hard line out now. So now that we got all of the hard lines from up top undone, we gotta go underneath the steering rack and figure out a way to loop those 2 hoses. Now you could simply just cut the hard line, the bottom one, and then run a hose over it, save yourself some money. But I'm actually going to remove it and replace it with a barb fitting. Essentially what we're doing is we're replacing this long, high pressure power steering hose with just this little adapter. As you can see, the threads match up perfectly. And literally just going to put this in its place and then put a hose connecting the 2 open holes in the power steering rack. Got to seal up the threads. So what we're doing here, those 2 hoses here, that silver one and then the black hose, we're going to end up taking those off and basically combining them into each other. This hose here, and essentially putting it on this side as well. And in doing this, we're still going to have a little bit of fluid left in the steering rack, so that way the rack stays lubricated at all times without needing the constant, or without having the assistance from the power steering pump. It's still definitely going to be hard to steer when you're not moving, but it's what the price we got to pay for a race car. So while you have everything disconnected, you're going to want to go inside the car and turn the steering wheel left and right very slowly to kind of drain out any excess fluid that might be in there. I'll try to get a good camera angle so you can see it. Keep in mind, this is going to make a mess. So I'm probably gonna use this hose that came off the car originally and just cut it to perfect length for what we need. It's the perfect inner diameter that we need, which is 3/8 to go over our barb fittings. Guys, these garden shears are low-key the best tool an automotive mechanic can have. I've used these for everything but gardening. There we have it, pretty clean cut from our garden shears. Just like that, boys, we have deleted the power steering from our Integra. Alright boys, we are in the home stretch and getting this Integra gutted like a fish. We are almost done. Now before it starts raining, let's go ahead and tear out the AC system. Should be pretty straightforward. Just follow the hoses and start taking stuff apart. And disclaimer, we did go ahead and vacuum out all of the Freon before doing this. Please don't let your Freon get into the atmosphere. Alright, so I'm not going to bother recording the process of the AC removal. It's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure you guys vacuum out the Freon if you're going to do this. So when we get back, hopefully we'll have our tag buttoned up and ready to go hit the truck stop to get weighed again. Just a reminder, our stock weight, well, it came in at 2,520 pounds. So I'll reckon with everything we've done to it, we're going to be sub 2,300 pounds. Holy crap, boys, we did it just in time. This is everything we managed to get out today. Really not a second too soon because it is starting to rain. Whew, I'm beat, but we got the power steering and AC both out today. Unfortunately, I don't trust this car enough to take it onto the highway while it's raining with these probably 10-year-old tires by now. So we're gonna wait it out until tomorrow to get the after the thing's been gutted. Freaking crazy, I gotta say. I mean, feels kind of wrong taking a car apart knowing that it's not ever gonna go back together the same way. I mean, Honda is all I can say. Again, leave a comment. How much do you think this thing's gonna weigh? My guess is gonna be 2,232 pounds, give or take. Look at all this extra space we have in here. Plenty of space for turbo stuff. We may have overdid it with the weight reduction, guys. Yeah, I definitely went a little crazy, guys. I might as well just sell all this stuff because it is not going back in the car. Anyways, I got our new weight here, and let me tell you, it's a little bit lighter than you probably thought. So if you remember, the stock weight with full interior and then some came out to about 2,520 pounds. Now with everything you see here, the car is pretty much a vast wasteland on the inside. There's nothing in there but seats and a steering wheel and a dashboard. So it's definitely not very fun to drive on the street anymore. But our new weight, our new CAT certified weight, came out to under 2,300 pounds. That's insane. I I will say though, having all of this stuff removed at once at the same time, you can definitely notice the difference within the acceleration and the braking and everything. The car definitely feels lighter. It's also definitely a lot louder on the inside as well. This thing is going to be an absolute rocket when we turbo it. My guess is probably 10 pounds of boost. It's probably all we'll need to get into the 12s in the quarter mile at the drag strip. But more on that's going to come in the next video when we probably start the tear down. Oh wait. That's another thing, guys. We're not even as light as we could possibly be. We still have a full stock exhaust, cat, header, the header, back, everything is completely stock. That alone probably weighs another 60 to 70 pounds by itself. So we might have even cracked into the 2100s if we wanted to go further with it. But I didn't want to drive this thing with open header down the freaking highway. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. If you guys are excited to see this car go absolutely bonkers at the racetrack, leave a like in the video, subscribe so you don't miss the next ones, and I'll catch you guys later.